Hello everyone and welcome to another New World video. My name's Brian if you're new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and checking out today's video, the Empyrean Forge Expedition, the lore and design. We're going to explore this. It has been one of my long time goals to get more lore posts up here on the channel. So please, if you guys like these posts themselves, more than anything, just sound off in the comments below. I've been working on collecting like all the pages in game. It is a process, but it's a fun one at that. So hopefully I'll be able to start rolling those out here on the channel here in the coming weeks. But let's go ahead and just dive into the post itself. And as always, love to hear your thoughts. Greetings, adventurers. For those who hunger for power, yearn for the eldritch magics unleashed in the colossal ruins, the Empyrean Forge is the new level 60 expedition set in the Great Cleave. Delve into its lore and design now for more immersive experience. So when the content goes live on March the 28th, players can also get an early access look with this content over on the PTR. So for the lore, the Empyrean Forge was the primary site used by the ancients to build their constructs and their war machines in ages past. The legendary torso boss was first designed and constructed here. After the destructive war that ended the ancients' rule, the forge was abandoned, but its mystic fires never went out. Centuries later, the wizard Meridian made his way into the labyrinth depths to study the techniques of the ancients' engineering. His experiments opened a gate to the other realms, allowing elemental beings and magics to come flowing through. These energies fuse themselves with the Empyrean Forge, giving rise to bizarre beings birthed in the fire of the Primal's world and shaped by the Azoth of the ancients. The power of the Forge are coveted by the Varangians, who seek to unlock the secrets of the ancients and their sorceries. So for the design, honestly, like on the lore side of things, pretty freaking cool. On the design, when setting down the primary design for the Empyrean Forge, there were two main elements that we wanted to focus on: player communication and unique environmental obstacles and interactions, said the designer. Now, these are the areas that they wanted to continue to push the future content, so that it was very important that they push the bar as far as it would go. Regarding the player communication, in the case of player communication, we wanted players to have to coordinate and share information in new ways. We wanted the puzzles with two parts, the cipher and the lock. But nothing like this existed in New World, so we didn't want to force players to run back and forth from the solution to the lock, like placing the solution in the puzzle on the wall in one of the hallways. The other outstanding obstacle was implementing randomness to the solution, so players couldn't memorize it and brute force the encounter on subsequent playthroughs. Ooh, random stuff, random puzzles. This is going to be interesting. We'll probably have to have a discussion of this as we go forward, because RNG is the flavor, it's the spice of life, you know, that variety. However, it's going to be interesting if they ever do kind of speed runs and things like that, to where like if one way is like the worst way that you end up getting, that will be interesting to see. We'll explore that in future videos, so be sure to subscribe and like if you're already still here for some reason, you amazing person. All right, the random elements drove us to the idea of two combination locks, one for the features and solution and the other that must be solved. Because we really wanted players to cooperate and interact, we made sure the entire puzzle resets when they step off the solutions lock and the pressure plate. In other words, it's a puzzle that requires two parties to communicate effectively in order to progress. Additionally, we chose those symbols that we could easily communicate, like circle, square, triangle, plus one vague symbol, which we call D internally. For hazards, as for the environmental aspects, we workshop many players crushing, slicing, burning, shooting, and melting hazards to harass and destroy players, but ultimately we focused on two major ones: the crushing pistons and the lava. The lava was an obvious necessity considering the Forge's narrative and aesthetic, though we went back and forth on whether it should not be an instant kill. In the end, we decided to make all lava lethal, all lava lethal, and maintained consistently throughout the expedition. If the lava had been traversable, even if only for a short time, we would have had to make an escape ledges for each section. The flow of the expedition would also become overly complicated and cause a lot of edge cases. So for the pistons themselves, they wanted the hazard that felt industrial, as well as a way previous hazards have not. They added the bonus of the pistons was discovered through further through development as the soundtrack came online. The pistons move up and down rhythmically, which blends very well with the instrumental techno soundscape of the sound team has put together. Now, we hope you guys look forward to more deep dives in the future, and be sure to check out their upcoming articles, posts, and more, which I'll be sure to cover here for you guys as well. I hope you got something good out of this. I honestly really enjoyed this. I'm a sucker for lore in an interesting way. I like it how it gets discovered and gets shared out on the web and through the books and stuff like that in game, allowing for those of you who are actually really curious to kind of continue to deep dive and help unlock the mysteries of Eternum. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm not here to waste your time. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I look forward to all your thoughts, feedbacks, likes, dislikes, all of that here on the channel. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. But until then, take care.